Alumni Association and Sathakian Alumni Expert Forum. I extend a warm welcome to all our respected faculty members, dear alumni, and beloved students to Knowledge Connect Series 1. Today's expert talk is on Identify Your Tomorrow, and we are privileged to have our distinguished alumnus, Mr. S. Gokulan Sir, Head Technology Delivery, Digital Channels, Corporate Banking, Standard Chartered Bank with us today. Without further delay, I invite Ms. M. Samiha, Second Year of Computer Science and Business Systems, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, everyone. They always say the best part about being in college isn't just looking forward to where you'll go, it's seeing where the people who walk these exact corridors before us have reached. And today, we have a prime example sitting right here with us. Before diving deeper into this brilliant program, it is my duty to thank our college management for making this very initiative come alive with such enthusiasm for the bright future of our fellow students. A special welcome to our principal, Dr. B. Nirmal sir, and our vice principal, Mr. Sendil Kumar sir. A very warm welcome to our Dean of Academics, Dr. Dravida Chelvi ma'am. I would also like to give a big shout out and welcome to all our respected HODs and faculty members. Thank you for being our constant support system even when we ask for last minute permission. A massive, warm and hearty welcome back to our very own alumnus, Mr. S. Gokulan sir. Gokulan sir, not too long ago, you were probably sitting in these exact seats, dealing with the same internal thoughts, assignments, and practicals we do every day. To see you come back today, loaded with industry experience, wisdom, and a real desire to lift us up, is nothing short of awesome. Welcome back home, sir. We can't wait to steal some of your secret ingredients of success today. Now, great things start with a single spark. Big appreciation goes out to Mr. Muhammad Firdaus Zakaria sir, who took the initiative to kickstart this whole movement and bring everyone into this room today. Awesome job, sir. Thank you for making this happen. To my fellow students, don't treat this like just another talk where you nod along and check your phones under the desk. Gokulan sir has walked the path we are currently figuring out. Soak in his advice, ask the real questions, and let's make this session as interactive and fun as possible. Once again, a huge welcome to Gokulan sir, our leaders, our professors, and all of you. Let's bring the energy and make today count. Thank you.
Thank you, Samiha, for your warm and gracious welcome. Now I invite Ms. Sandhya Imsi of final year of Computer Science and Business Systems to introduce our distinguished expert for today's session.
Good morning, everyone. Have you ever wondered what makes an ordinary engineering student become a leader? Trusted to drive digital transformation in one of the world's leading international banks. Is it talent? Is it opportunity? Or is it the willingness to learn, adapt, and never stop growing? Today's expert has the answer. Not through words alone, but through an inspiring journey spanning more than 26 years. On behalf of our department, Computer Science and Business Systems, it's an absolute privilege to welcome you all to inaugural edition of Sathakian Alumni Expert Forum. Today, as we gather under the empowering theme A Identity for Your Tomorrow, we reflect on how the choices, skills, and mindsets we build today shape the leaders we become tomorrow. And to illuminate that path, we are privileged to feature an alumni who truly embodies excellence, innovation, and visionary leadership. It gives me immense pride to introduce our chief guest of this day, Mr. Gokulan Sir, Senior Vice President and Head of Technology Delivery for Digital Channels in Corporate Banking at Standard Chartered Bank. A proud Sathakian from 1994 to 1998, Electrical and Communication Engineering batch. Mr. Gokulan Sir graduated from our Muhammad Sadiq Engineering College. Over the past 26 plus years, he has forged a distinguished global career in banking technology sector. Starting his journey as a software engineer, his career is a stellar example of growth through continuous learning, and strategic execution. Over the past 2 decades, he has mastered every stage of software lifecycle, stepping into pivotal roles across enterprise architecture, core banking design, and enterprise scale change management. Today, he is an enthusiastic advocate for emerging technologies and artificial intelligence, driven modern scalable digital banking platforms used across the globe. Beyond systems and architecture, his true passion lies in people, mentoring young professionals, fostering innovation, and shaping the tech leaders of tomorrow. Sir, your transformation from a Sathakian student to a global tech executive is a shining beacon of motivation for every aspiring engineer in this room. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big virtual applause as we invite Mr. GOKULAN Sir to take the stage and share his invaluable insights. Thank you all.
Thank you, Sandhya, for the wonderful introduction. It is now my honor to invite our esteemed alumnus, Mr. S. Gokulan Sir, to deliver his expert talk on Identifier tomorrow. Sir, the visual stage is all yours.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear. Yes.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. First of all, thanks for the great opportunity because my memory lane goes back to 1994 to 1998. It's once again I live in my college. So that's a feeling I'm getting. So, thanks for the great introduction. So, I'm choosing a topic called A identity, right? So let's make it interactive as much as possible. Even we can discuss if you want to discuss in bilingual or fine because I'm whatever what is going on. So it's okay. So we can whoever you feel comfortable, you can ask the
Mr.
question.
Gokulan, Mr. Gokulan, sorry to interrupt you. Can you check your volume, please? Please.
Raised volume. Okay, I'll talk a little bit. Can you hear me now?
Little bit
That's okay.
voice
But
break ಆಗುತ್ತೆ sir.
yeah, voice is breaking. Yeah, voice is breaking. So I think you are using headset or double check your voice, please.
Let me disconnect from my headset. Just hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's okay now. Yeah, it's good actually.
Okay. So, see why I have chosen this topic because in today's world, I think the personal identity is the first thing that everyone should interest about or worry about, right from your college or even before that, right from the school days. So that is very important. How you are going to make yourself for your tomorrow. That's a topic I have chosen. Okay, we can move on to that. The next slide. What is in store, right? So I have chosen some different titles for you to connect with your today's world with tomorrow's world, right? That's how the flow will go. I think whenever you have any clarifications, do we need to answer then and there, Bala sir, or do we need to wait for the question answers?
No, Vicky, they can ask. No, they can interact, Mr. Gokulan. This will be always interactive session
Yeah,
only.
yeah,
So they
yeah.
can. Yeah, better. I think they'll be live only. So whenever they need any doubts, any clarification, they can interact. I think that will be better.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Okay, Mr.
okay.
Gokulan.
Then move on.
Thank you.
Let's go to that first slide. The next
Yeah.
slide. Okay. So, who am I? Right? Okay, it is for you. Now you need to ask this question for yourself, right? What is the inference you are getting when you are asking this question? So someone can tell or you can put it in the chat. What is this numbers talks about? Any guess? Salary package. Someone says salary package. I like it. Okay. Any other guess?
Okay, let me break the silence. This 1.5 million is the number of engineers comes out from the college every year from India, right? So similarly, if you look at the next number, 1,20,000 people to 1,50,000 people comes out from Tamil Nadu itself, right? So now, what is the next numbers indicates? Now you can make a guess. Okay, the next layer, what you are seeing is the number of people, yeah, you are right, who are placed, right, who are getting jobs today. It's, if you look at the number, the percentage, it is very, very less compared with our overall numbers, right? So if you look at the last layer, the 10,000 to 18,000 people only going for the higher education. That is the current world, the situation. So this is a question I used to ask everywhere whenever I'm going for any campus interviews or any TED Talks or any, whenever I'm meeting any students, that I'm asking this question. When was the last time you updated your resume? Right? Because this is not only for a person who is looking for their job. This resume is your self-reflection of where you stand today, right? So if your resume is not updated for a while, that means you have not learned anything new. This is the question you should ask yourself. If you have not prepared your resume yet, please do that first. That is a starting point for every one of us, right? For all students, I think you need to have a profile. The self profile is something, the right start for your career. Okay. So can we move on to the next slide? So now you got a sense where you stand today. Yes or no? Okay, all of you silent. Okay, I'll take it as yes. Can you move on to the next slide? Sir, can you move on to the next slide? Okay. Now, where is the world heading, right? What are the forces shaping for tomorrow, right? So if you look at today's world is highly competitive. So the world is changing every seconds, right? The Google is deploying their changes every minutes, right? And the technology is emerging like anything in every day or every seconds. And so it is very, very competitive. Like how the competition is not only with others, the competition within yourself, right? If you are not learning and you are not there. So what is that skills-based learning, right? Today's learning pattern is changed. So you can't be a bookworm. You need to know what is happening other side, right? Outside, which will make you to be ready for tomorrow, right? So your learning pattern is changed. And the market is looking for talents more than experience. So if you are talented, you will be placed. That is how the market is moving towards. And the most important thing is every one of us looking for a problem solver, right? So if I have a problem, if you have a solution to solve, so you will win the race. That is the problem solving mindset that everyone should inculcate that culture, right? And the most important thing is intelligent engineering. I'll talk about this later, but that is also one of the major point which we are, embarking in today's world. And last but not the least, AI powered world, right? You take any world without AI, nothing is there, right? From education till agriculture. So every departments, every area, AI is powering the world. Okay. Any insights or questions in this slide? Let's be interactive. This is not a class session. Don't worry. We are not going to assess. Come on, friends. Are you agree with this at least? Or have you heard of all this? Hello? You can put it in chat also. Okay, thank you. Fine. So these are the things are in today's world, right? Every one of us should know how this world is heading, right? It's not only in technology, it's various for personal development, how you have to create your identity, how you have to prepare yourself, everything matters. Okay, we can go to the next slide. Okay, if you look at, I just gave one glimpse, right? So tomorrow's world, many of you might be thinking, right? So what will happen with respect to this AI, right? So if anyone is doing a routine work, will be definitely automated, right? Recently, I went for a NASCAM event where the KPMG company, they have developed a tool, right, which will analyze the job profiles in your company, and it will tell you how much percentage it can automate, right? So it will tell this job can be completely 100% automation with we can use automation and do all the job, right? So likewise, they have created a AI tool. AI will learn your job description and tell you that this can be automated or not. So world is moving towards that direction, right? So anyone doing a simple coding or generation, somebody is doing its same documentation work. So I think they need to forget their job. It is the reality what we are going through. And when we talk about even any industry for that matter, AI is going to make a major difference. That is the fact. So we need to adapt ourselves to the new ways of working, right? New ways of learning. So that is why I gave this. And initially we thought some of the work cannot be done by AI. Now everything is not like that, right? So we are moving towards most of the work can be outpowered by AI. Okay. So can we move on to the next slide? Okay. This is an important slide, right? We need to spend some time. So most of you are thinking, right, whether AI is a fear or fuel, right? So am I going to be, whether I'm going to get a job or not, or AI is going to replace all the jobs, right? That is not the case, right? If you look at the technology evolution, so we have seen from normal desktops till we are having everything on our hand, right? We can able to do through mobiles, iPad. So just look at the evolution. And we had something called the OCR automation and then machine learning. And slowly now we are into that agentic AI. But if you look at the overall human intelligence, so whoever is, adaptive and who can able to learn, quickly adapt to that situation, right? They can able to outperform. That is what the AI is a reality, right? It is going to be a friend for you to enhance your tasks. That is the way we need to look at. If you look at, see this fear, there's three points, whatever I have given. It is always, people think that my learning is impacted because I always refer AI. Not the case, right? So you use AI to improve your efficiency. Earlier, you used to check multiple places, sources to get any information. Now, just like that, if you ask the right prompt to the AI, it gives you all the answers, right? That you can personalize and use it for your learning efficiency, right? The second thing is always our career anxiety. We think that our jobs will go off, it will take away. Not the case, right? So it will improve your productivity, right? It helps you to come up with a lot of creativity. So you can multiply your performance in from 1x to 5x, right? So you need to embrace AI rather than making this as a fear. It is not a fear, no way, and it is going to stay for many years. I think we need to be ready. So whether it is being in education, whether it be in medical, whether being in structural engineering, civil engineering, so all places it is going to play a major role, right? So the other thing is, if you look at always we have this question, because I'm sharing all this data, what will happen, right? Whether it is safe, whether it is, we have an integral part, integrity of this data, right? So those things are, vanished. Now we have a certain guardrails which will help to address all the security related issues. And AI skilled roles will get you to higher places. So if you look at finally, the last sentence is very important, right? AI is not going to replace you. The students, if you are not mastering, you will be replaced by someone who mastered it. So you should know how to use AI rather than if you are afraid of using it, and then you will be losing your opportunity. Correct? So that is how you need to always pursue AI. Okay, why I am very emphasizing this point? Because not only for students, right? In today's corporate world, every employees are having the similar kind of mindset, right? Am I going to lose my job? Right? என்னோட ஜாப் நாளைக்கு போகுமா இன்னைக்கு போகுமா so everyone is thinking like that. So but what we are saying, the message is very clear. Master AI and expand your knowledge and minimize the monotonous work. Improve your performance and productivity using AI in the right way. That is how we need to look at, including for education students. I think it is helping a lot in today's world. So you can move on. Any questions here?
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, you talked about layoffs, right? What do you tell us about dealing about that layoffs?
See, any corporate world, it is an industry trend, right? If you are not competent, right? If you are performing well, then anyhow you will not be in that list, correct? So when you are doing well, when you are adapting to you learned new technologies and your productivity is increased, your contribution is more, then you need not to worry about the layoff, right? This is what I used to tell everyone. Because if you are having this fear of failure in your mind, you can't do anything. Don't worry about what will happen to me. Unless and otherwise, if you are not willing to learn, then you are in the danger. As long as you embrace these kind of changes and you have a mindset of continuous learning, then you need not worry about that.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for asking that question. Good question. Okay. This is one important slide, right? What is holding you back? The forces quietly stall your momentum, and this is not my thoughts, right? It is an industrial pattern identified across students as well as some of even the people who are working today, right? The first one is short form media, right? So how many of everyone today using your mobile phones? And the short form media is the killer, right? You do a scrolling every second, and you can switch off from one news to other things. I think that is corrupting many of the students. That's the first thing, because it is not my data, it is an industrial data, right? And talks about this information. And the second thing is multitasking illusions, right? We are thinking that we can do multitask, but our brain is not trained for that, right? So for example, someone is looking at one tab of learning, suddenly they will switch to other tab. Okay, or suddenly they will start listening to music because they said, I am working out the mathematics, at the same time I will listen songs. But that won't work. But people won't accept that reality, right? But that is a scientific proven reason. That is one of the problem for the students. The third one is academic and industry disconnect, right? What you learn, you don't do in your job. So you need to know in today's world how I'm going to my learning pattern. This is what I said, that skills-based learning, right? I'll touch upon earlier, right? This point. And the fourth one is the career anxiety, right? Always people think that whether I'll get a job after finishing this. and keeping the job always in mind, which will spoil your thinking process and your learning capacity, right? And whether I'm going to be selected in the campus interview. So always we think like that. And the chronic burnout, right? So in today's world, many of you are the people are won't sleep on time, and you will be most of the people are wasting their time on mobile phones, or you are studying. The student studying pattern is itself changed, right? So always go to bed the late nights and wake up not even the early morning, right? So I think that is one of the pattern identified with students. This is not only my data, right? It is scientific reason for hello. I think some issue got
Yeah,
disconnected.
sorry for, yeah, sorry for that, Mr. Gokulan. Please, can you please continue, please? Sorry for that. Yeah, please.
I don't know. Sir, can you share the
I think this slide will be on the what is holding you back. This will be the seventh slide. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
The last one is the peer pressure, right? We always look at the next person who is sitting and then to next to us, right? So always we wanted to instead of thinking about ourselves, we always think about others, right? So we need to instead of chasing others, I think we need to own our own career. So these are the things, right? Are today's world most these are the most of the people must be going through. Am I right? Okay. So maybe any professors you want to share your thoughts, sir, in this way, sir?
Mr. Satish.
Okay, fine.
Mr.
Let's
Gokulan.
move on,
I
Sir,
think, yeah. Yes.
sir. You
Actually,
can move on.
he wants to interact with the professors. He wants to interact with the professors if they have any concerns on this slide or their feedback.
sure, sir. Everything is fine, sir. And whatever the sir said is also very practical zone, sir. Because AI is not replacing job. AI is will create the job. Those who are uh, developing their AI skills, definitely they will get more jobs in the future, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Can you move on to the next slide, sir?
Sir, actually, the student does not know clearly about the impact of AI in the current industry, sir. So that is a real
I'm not
fact
able to hear you.
They doesn't clearly well known about the impact of AI in the current industry.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So yeah, please move on. Next slide. Okay. So what you need to do, right? So how do you need to face this situation? So the first and foremost thing is build a strong foundation. Whatever you learn, right? Learn from the scratch, right? So understand the code. That is very important, right? Whenever you go anywhere, if you're strong in your foundation, then everything will be easier to understand, right? And the second thing is ideate, innovate, and experiment, right? So when I was talking to a person who got her job, okay, she was studying in a premium institute, but she was not worried about the campus interview. What she did, right? She has created her own AI patterns. She learned on her own, right? And she created two patterns for her name, in her name. And she applied for around 100 companies on her own outside India, especially in US, right? There are a lot of remote jobs. You can directly apply your resumes. She told me that I got a lot of rejections, right? But I was not worried. I was keep trying. Then finally, she did a project in AI on her own. And she got selected in one of the American company as a remote job, right? The package, you don't imagine for a fresher, she got around 1.2 lakhs per month, right? It's a real-time use case or case study, what I'm talking about. Why I am saying that, if because you are the one who can decide your career and your future. You're not your parents or not your teachers or not your friends. It is you. You can only create your own identity, right? So how to differentiate yourself with others, it is lying in your hands. That's why we always think innovation, ideation, and we always need we need to explore the opportunities. And the third thing is learn continuously and seamlessly. This is a problem, right? We need to understand, even if I don't know today, I will go to because yesterday I was addressing we are taking around 100 people from premium, from IITs, right? They were joining when I was interacting with them. So I have learned quite a number of things because we should not think that I have 26 years of experience, right? I will not learn from you. It is not the case, because today's world, we need to open for any ideas. We need to learn even from a LKG kid, right? That is how the world is moving towards. And it is a continuous process. We can't stop learning. Even Firdos even today, after completion his doctorate, he started now LLB. Okay, I'm just saying, but we got into a different direction. But continuous learning is something will always. It's like how we are having our day-to-day food and water. That is how the learning as well, right? And be a pioneer, not a follower, right? You should be always in the first front runner. So if you are doing as a second person, then you are a follower, right? Always think that what is that I can do so that I can be a pioneer. And today's world, the data is playing a major role. Just open the internet, you can get a lot of data, lot of information about anything. Knowledge, today's world. Yes, sir. Someone raised their hand. No, wait. I think I have not completed. Yeah, okay. So, and the data, how you are using it wisely, that is very important, right? So, because sometimes we can get the data, but how I'm going to use it in the right way, that is very important. And stay curious to understand deeply. This is, again, interconnected with your foundation as well as learning, right? And then embrace failures, because in today's world, people think that failure is a setback. It is not, right? So the failure is the first step for your next success. So always fail fast and learn quickly and come out from that and make it as a success. That is what we need to think and we need to look at, right? So if you take this as a setback, then you can't come out in this world, because in today's world you will go through a lot of failures. That is also one good learning for everyone, right? And the last one, own your career. Then you are the one who is going to own your career, right? You need to decide what you want to do. You need to decide how you want to do. You need to decide how you are going to achieve it, right? That is very important. So that is why you need to create your own identity in your career. So is it clear? Any questions? Okay, thank you. We can move on. So this is something I, came in my mind, right? It is very easy for you to keep it in your mind. See, adapt. This is the term or technology or what is that? Pattern you can follow, a mantra, a framework. You can call it anyway, right? A for agility, right? Learn fast, adapt faster in today's world. So you need to be agile. Today it is agentic AI. Yes. Yesterday it was AI. Today it is generative AI. Today is agentic AI. Tomorrow we don't know what will come. Right? We need to be ready for that learning, right? Even today, all of us, including my designation or more than that, we are going through trainings. We are learning on our own, right? We are doing assessments for ourselves. So why? Because if you are not learning, then you cannot contribute for your team success, right? I can't do only managerial activities. Unless and otherwise, I know the subject. I can't ask any questions or I can't answer any questions if whether my team is doing right job or not. I cannot assess if I don't know the subject. So I need to be agile. The second one is the determination, right? What you want in life, and stay committed to your goal. If I want to achieve this, this is my determination. This is my path. This is my career path. I want to achieve this, right? I need to be determined to achieve that goal. And why I put artificial intelligence? Because it's a force multiplier. Without that, you can't do anything in future, even today, right? That is going to stay forever, at least for a few years, because we don't know what kind of evolution will come in future, right? So, and then preparedness and patience, right? We need to be prepared, always prepare for worst thing and best thing, right? So before someone capture that opportunity, I think we need to go for it. I think we need to be always be prepared, right? And then patience. Why I said patience? Because many of you will not have patience for success, right? When you learn something, you cannot yield your success on day one. You need to wait for that, right? It needs its own time. So if you are, because some of you, it's like the பாதி கிணறு வெட்டுறது கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க. கிணறு வெட்டிட்டே இருக்கும்போது பாதியிலே விட்டு போயிடுவாங்க. someone else, யாரோ இன்னொருத்தர் வந்து மீதி இருக்கிறத ஒரு 2 நாள் வெட்டின உடனே தண்ணி வந்துச்சு. So why I am stating that we need to have the patience in life, right, for your success. If you are having that patience, you will think in a different way. And then finally, the transformation, right? All the challenges we need to turn into opportunities. This T, you can even take another form as technology, right? Without technology, you can't do any engineering in this world. So this is a simple framework. If you can adapt for yourself, I think you can see a different personality of yourself. Just ask these questions and do an evaluation of yourself with respect to this. And then if you start working on it and do the same evaluation after 3 months or 6 months, set a goal for yourself, then you will see the difference. Any questions here? It is simple to adapt and simple to understand. That's why I've given us adapt to adapt. It's easy to understand and easy to memorize and easy to practice as well. So any questions here?
Actually, Mr. Gokulan,
Yeah.
that's a new understanding. Yeah. Thanks for your new letter, new word.
Thank you, Dr. Firdaus. Okay, we can move on. Okay, this is very important, right? So no longer you can say I'm a civil engineer going forward, right? So this is what I said, that how you can embrace AI, and you will be called as an intelligent infrastructure engineer, right? Because the world is moving towards in a different direction. We can't sit and do the same conventional model of drawing today, right? We can't do the same kind of estimation today how it was done over the period of time. You can, if you have the right information and data and knowledge, you can ask AI to build that estimation or the drawing, right? But how the human intelligence is going to embrace these changes, right? So that is what very important now. Let's look at this. Just see that mechanical engineer become AI augmented mechanical engineer. The electrical engineer is smart systems, energy systems engineer, and electrical engineer embedded intelligence engineer, and manufacturing engineer industrial AI engineer, and chemical engineer AI process engineer. Computer science engineer, you need not talk about it because they are always in this industry. They have to embrace AI, right? So no departments. I have not included some of the departments like marine and others. But if you look at overall, so AI is going to play a major role. It is going to create an identity for all engineers, right? So you can't say I am an AI programmer, right? We need to be a domain engineer, right? How we can use the data AI for simulation, design, and everything to create and improve the systems, right? And the future belongs to the combination. So I will talk about that later, how we need to look at the future in this scenario. Any questions here? So don't think I'm scaring all of you, okay? I'm just talking about the industry trend, right? But why I am stating all these things, I think all of you should be aware of this and you should prepare yourself to face tomorrow, right? That is very important because the purpose of this session is to create your own career by yourself by understanding the current need and future needs, right? So we are there to help you, right? How you can shape your career. If you have anything that we can help, but at the same time, you need to realize something else is going on in the world, right? Which you and me cannot stop. This is how the world goes. I think if we are not adapting ourselves, changing our ways of learning, I think we will be out of this race. Okay, move on to the next slide. This is what I said, right? So we have a lot of, right, civil engineering, mechanical engineering. I have just quoted few, right? Even so, all this engineering, it will be called intelligent engineering, right? How we are going to embrace the learning model, right? For example, IoT or data analytics or embedded engineering, automation, and I don't know how many of you heard about digital twins, right? That robotics, the digital twins is something a new, feature which is evolving today, right? You can own your company in any part of the world, and sitting from here, you can monitor end to end, nook and corner, what is happening. You will have a real time experience of being in the company or being in the factory, right? That is called digital twins. So that is the latest market trend, and a lot of manufacturing companies, chemical companies, oil refineries, and a lot of production companies, they are adapting this model. So those cameras, whatever they are placing, is very powerful, so that you can see what is happening inch by inch and second by second in every units, real time, right? That is called digital twins. So when you look at this kind of evolutions, it is not a single engineering model or department, right? So it is the combination or integral part of everything and making towards the overall integrated solution of engineering. So that is nothing but our intelligent engineering. So the world is moving towards that. So I think we can't eliminate any of this discipline in future, right? So if you want to create that kind of autonomy, or if you want to create that kind of identity. So you need to be ready for that. So that I will talk about in the next slide. So any questions here? Okay, move on. So this is what this is for the college, sir, principal, sir, for professors, everyone, right? I would like to emphasize these points, right? I think no longer you can call it as civil engineering or electrical engineering, electronics engineering. I think we need to have a embedded cross-discipline projects. For example, when you are doing a final year project, you ask people from different engineering departments to combine and do one real-time simulation project rather than the same friends, set of people doing the same project. For example, the electronics means electronics, the similar projects people are doing, and civil engineering, they will do the same patterns of projects. And I think we need to go away from that conventional way of doing it. We need to create a cohesive, embedded, integral engineering model and do projects. And we need to have a simulation labs for doing it, right? And what is the T-shaped knowledge, right? You need to be very, very clear in your foundation. For example, if you are a chemical engineer or if you are a civil engineer, you need to know the foundations very clearly and the core, right? But what is the T? If you look at the T shape, so it goes right and left, right? So that you need to know Python, you need to know how to use AI, you need to know how to use physics, you need to know how to use maths, because the next week, I think we are going to have a session, how maths is important in engineering. Why I am talking about maths and physics are important. If you look at the AI, completely it is built out of your statistics, right? Maths. If you are very good at maths and you can write your own algorithm and you can write your own model, right? There are two ways of using AI. One, how to use AI and tools, right? That every one of us is doing it day in, day out, right? We are using Claude, we are using ChatGPT, we are using Gemini for different purposes. That is how to use. But there is another way. You can build your own model, right? Algorithm or agentic AI. So for that, you need to know how physics and chemistry, and maths are working. Why I'm saying physics? Physics is very useful for you to do all kind of the automation, IoT, even for that matter, this digital twins. You need to know where to place your cameras so that you will get a full view, right? All these things are physics. So that's why you need to be very clear in your understanding of core foundation, and you need to have the peripherals knowledge. And then I talked about simulation labs and combined final year projects I already touched upon. And skills-based learning. This is what I'm saying, right? I think rather than just going through the only what is that in the book, rather than that, they need to understand, they need to come out of it, and they need to do a practical learning sessions with the skills they're going to use in their career, right? It can be, they can start their own startups, they can work in somewhere else, or they can go for studies. Everywhere this will be helpful, right? And you need to keep evaluate by bringing industry needs, right? Whether it's a checking, it's a dip check, right? How well, where students are going in the right direction. If you do all these things, I think they are ready for tomorrow. They can face any challenges when they come out of the college. This is just my thought process by understanding today's world, right? So if you are doing that, I think the engineers are much more, it's like they are enablers for tomorrow. Any questions here? Okay, I'll answer all these questions because someone needs to read the questions, then it will be easier for me to answer. So finally, as engineers, we are going to be in a position to change the world, not just study it, right? Own your identity. You are your own brand. So this is what I wanted to convey today. If you have any questions now, we can get into question answers, and we are not stopping here. If you want to know further, I think my contact number is there, and my LinkedIn page is there, so you can always ping me, and I'm definitely there to help you. So hope this session was useful. Now the floor is yours. Any thoughts or feedback for those?
ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ் கோகுலன். உங்களுடைய பிஸி டைம்லயும் நீங்க எங்களுக்காண்டி ஒரு 1 hour ஒதுக்கி உங்க அதோடைய தாட்ஸை ஃபுல்லா உங்களுடைய எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸை ஒரு 45 minutes அழகான ஸ்லைடா 14 slides போட்டு ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்ணதுக்கு ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ். ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் நீங்க வந்து எதுவும் யோசிக்காம ஹெசிடேட் பண்ணாம தமிழ்லயும் கொஸ்டின் கேட்கலாம். சரியா? இது வந்து நம்ம வீட்டு ஃபங்க்ஷன் மாதிரி தான். சரியா? நம்ம வீட்டு பிள்ளை எங்கள் வீட்டு பிள்ளைன்னு சொல்ற மாதிரி. அதனால நீங்க உங்களுடைய கொஸ்டின்ஸ் வந்து ஹெசிடேட் பண்ணாம தமிழ்லயே கேட்கலாம், ஆங்கிலத்துல கேட்கலாம். So this is a time to interact with your alumni, senior alumni. நீங்களும் ஒரு நாள் ஒரு 5 years கழிச்சு நீங்களும் இதுக்கு வந்து நீங்களுமே உங்களுடைய எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸை சொல்ல போறீங்க. ஐடியாவே என்னன்னா, இதே மாதிரி எக்ஸ்பர்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் மம்மசதத்துல இருந்து கிளம்பி போய் இதே மாதிரி உலகம் ஃபுல்லா பரவி இருக்காங்கன்னு சொல்றதுக்கு தான் இதே மாதிரி ஃபோரத்தை கிரியேட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். ஸோ டோன்ட் மிஸ் த சான்ஸ். கிடைக்கிற சான்ஸ் யூட்டிலைஸ் பண்ணி உங்களுக்குள்ள என்ன டவுட்ஸ் இருக்குதோ நீங்க மிஸ்டர் கோகுலன்ட்ட கேட்கலாம்.
Okay, there are some questions. I can answer those. Sir, anything about core-based department like aero, marine? Again, the same thing, right? So, because aeronautical engineering also going towards it, right? You are going to create models, because aeronautical engineering, it's not just like that you are going to go for one area, right? It has got a lot of different versatile areas, right? Covering. So, and every design of an aeroplane, today aircraft, AI is playing a major role, including the ship designs, right? So you can, there are a lot of materials available. You can go and read it. So it is also playing a major role. But what? So the core fundamentals, you need to be very strong. But you need to learn how this data analytics works. So I can give you what are the T-shaped, some of these things are required, right? Because for example, I can remember Python and how the data analytics, maths and physics, you need to be stronger if you want to write your own algorithm or agent, right? So that is how I look at. So what are the current career opportunities in AI infrastructure? See, maybe for those knows, right? In today's world, the world is moving towards how we can use AI to come up with a drawing, and it talks about, that we can create a simulation of the real-time simulation. If earthquake comes, right, whether it will withstand. Okay, if the sun comes in this direction, how much heat it can absorb. So all this simulation is possible using AI today. So when you are designing your building, so you can do such a way that by simulating all these things and do that. So that is the way it is going. So maybe Firdaus, you want to add anything? Being in the structural engineering.
அதாவது இப்ப சிம்பிளா சொல்லணும்னா, எப்படி நம்ம சோறு இல்லாம நம்மளால உயிர் வாழ முடியாது. சரியா? அதே மாதிரிதான் ஏஐ இல்லாம யாருமே, அதாவது ஏஐ வந்து உருவாக்கணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை. அதை வந்து கோகுலன் சொன்ன மாதிரி ஐடி, சிஎஸ்சி இன்ஜினியர், இசி இன்ஜினியர்ஸ் பார்த்துருவாங்க. பட் நம்மள மாதிரி கோர் இன்ஜினியர்ஸுக்கு வந்து we should know how to use AI. எங்கெங்கெல்லாம் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் வந்து இப்போ ஒரு டிசைன் பண்ணி ஒரு ரெஃபரன்ஸ் எடுக்கணும்னா நான் வந்து லைப்ரரியில போய் இந்தியன் கோடை தேடணும். பட் இஃப் ஐ வாண்ட் டு டூ, ஐ கேன் கோ டு த ChatGPT ஆர் ஜெமினி, டீப்சீக்ல போயிட்டு ஒரு சின்ன சப்ஜெக்ட் எடுத்தேன்னா உலகத்தில் உள்ள எல்லா கோடல் ரெஃபரன்ஸ் வந்துடுது, வேல்யூஸ் வந்துடுது. ஸோ இட்ஸ் வி கேன், அதாவது we should know how to use AI. ஸோ இதே மாதிரி இந்த டைமுக்கு ஏஐ ரொம்ப முக்கியம். வித்தவுட் ஏஐ we cannot live. So we should use the AI.
Sherin, it is AI infrastructure எல்லாத்துலயும் it is required, and we need to be, it is not required to be master. நீங்க மாஸ்டரா இருக்கணும்னு தேவையில்லை. So how you are going to use it in the right way, உங்களோட நீடுக்கு என்ன மாதிரி யூஸ் பண்ணணும்ன்றது தெரியணும். That is our knowledge, right? We should earn that knowledge. What skills students should focus on to succeed in this new AI? It's very simple, right? Because there are a lot of, how many of you aware of something called Udemy, right? Percepio. There are a lot of online education channels where you can go and create your own account. And there are a lot of if you go and look at, you can see lots of areas covered in that learning model. அதுல வந்து you can do AI வந்து you can start with the basics and you can go to the expert level, right? அதுல வந்து I am not asking you to do a certification. That is the last level, right? At least you should know how to use it. So maybe I can give you some link afterwards. Those courses you can just to start with, you can go for it. But lot of materials are already available. இப்போ சார் உங்களோட இதுல இப்போ சப்ஜெக்ட்ல இருக்கா இது AI? Is it covered as part of curriculum?
Yes, sir. Sir, in every engineering discipline, we are having
கேட்கல சார்.
Sir, is it audible?
Any students also சொல்லலாம். உங்களோட சப்ஜெக்ட்ல இப்போ இது கவர் ஆயிருக்கா? Okay, fine, no problem. So cover ஆகுதோ ஆகலையோ அது வேற விஷயம். So it's a self learning. I will give you some courses, maybe you can go through. You can create your own account in the Udemy, and there are a lot of learnings, e-learnings available, and you can practice. Main thing enadrima, it is not only a learning, right? You need to practice using that AI. How I can use the AI to develop some of the models, or develop some of the patterns, or develop some of the projects. Ningla oda vandu you need to do a project. Okay. The T-shaped learning, so depth, so it is T, how T looks. T na oru code, it is going towards down, right? Adu vandu how depth you are learning your core. The T, the mela irukra the right and left, okay, it is like what are the various things you need to learn. I will give you that some of these lists, right? Edala pannalan. I will send a mail to Bala sir, so he can able to circulate. Any other questions, Mark? Sir, if artificial is the... Sorry, go ahead.
I guess students are done with technical questions. Shall I ask non-tech questions?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Our principals are always address the final year students as you are going to meet the society by next year. So I'm asking you this question. How did you face the society after passed out of MSEC?
How? Sorry, maybe my the microphone is having some problem. Can you repeat your question? The last line?
Yeah. How did you face the society after passed out of MSEC?
Okay. So our world, when 1998, it was very different comparing today, right? So we didn't have anything called campus interviews, or so we didn't have any. This kind of competition was not there. But still, I was finding it more. Let me talk about myself, right? I was studying in this, after completion of this college, I came to Chennai, and I was searching for job for some time, right? So I was going through I was learning Java course during that time, and then I got a job, right? So that period was not easy, right? We need to go through that phase. So it was, though it was not like this kind of competition, but I was not prepared myself. So because நான் வந்து மதுரையில் படிச்சு தமிழ் மீடியம் ஸ்கூல் and then college இங்கே முடிச்சு, so I was finding very difficult in my communication itself, right? So it took some time for me to come up in this from the fear of failure. So I was worried about myself during that time. So then I took that as a challenge. So somehow I need to show, yes, I can do it. So it is like you need to go through that phase, right? But today, if you compare, the world is entirely different. You have all the information in your hand, right? For example, how many job openings are there? You can just ask in your mobile phone itself, you can able to get. Those days, we used to go to all companies physically and go and, drop our resumes and ask for, whether there are openings or not. So those kind of things are entirely changed. So it is not the same society what you are facing today and what we faced those days. But only thing, what I'm saying, those days, the competition was not like today. So today you have to go through a lot of competition. So that is one major difference, and the knowledge base and the expectation from the students those days and today, it is entirely changed, right? So if I'm taking you, we are expecting the productivity immediately, not like earlier days. So you need to be always ready to be productive on day one. That's how you need to evolve yourself and prepare yourself.
Thank you, sir. One more question.
Yeah.
So you completed ECE and now working as a senior vice president at Standard Chartered Bank. So do you agree that engineering skills are transferable across the industries? If yes, then how did you manage to make it?
So maybe if I summarize your question, I was studying electronics and communication, but I'm working in a bank. Is that your question?
Yes.
Okay. So yes. So see, initially I never thought I'm going to work in IT, right? So I was writing these triple E exams, and I was writing some of these, government exams to get into a government job as an electrical or electronics engineer, right? So I never thought I will enter into IT world. So that was not my ambition as well, right? But that was a momentary change happened when I came to Chennai. I came to know that there are so many openings in the IT world. That was the starting point, right? So then I started learning and then realized this is my way, right? So I made up my mindset. So my aspiration or my goal is moving towards a job in IT. But that time I never thought I'm going to work in a banking technology, right? It was an opportunity I got first time to work in the core banking development because I am one of the developer, part of a home ground from the scratch. We developed the entire core banking application for Standard Chartered Bank. It is running in 42 markets today. So I am one of the day one developer of that application. So that time I never thought, right, I'm going to develop a banking system without banking knowledge and without any major technology background. But only thing is, I was keep working on that. Somehow I need to prove, right? Though I was an electronics student, so if you have the knowledge and willingness to learn and open for ideas and accept your mistakes and with right attitude, I think you can able to achieve. This is
Good
my
morning,
simple
sir.
success formula. Yeah, please.
Sir, நீங்க சொன்னீங்க learn your fundamentals, strengthen your foundations அப்படின்னு. So we students wonder why one should learn coding when AI does it on our behalf. AI பண்ணும்போது நம்ம ஏன் அதை கத்துக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிற கொஸ்டின் வருதுல்ல சார். So what's your take on this?
Oh, good question, ma. Thanks for asking. Okay, so I'll tell you a real-time example. இப்போ எங்க ஆஃபீஸ்லயே we are using AI extensively, not only in our office, every office. But AI is also created by a human, right? The difference between human and AI is faster to understand, right? இப்போ நம்ம வந்து எனக்கு நீங்க இந்த எந்திரன் படம் பார்த்துருந்தீங்கன்னா தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். Okay, I'm just relating easily. There was a robo which அது வந்து ஒரு புக்கை வந்து ஜஸ்ட் 5 secondsல கம்ப்ளீட்டா படிச்சிடும், ரைட்? The same thing is nothing but AI. AI can learn faster. But அந்த ஆன்சரை வந்து ரைட்டா தப்பான்றது வேலிடேட் பண்றது வந்து ஹியூமன். Even today, AI generated code we are not pushing directly. For that matter, any company won't do it. There are humans intervention, human intelligence, and human in the loop always verifies the code generated by AI is right. So adanaala AI is your what you can say, your buddy, or you can use it for your efficiency, or you can use it for your productivity. But end of the day, you are responsible for using that AI to produce the code. And the code correcta இல்லையான்னு certify பண்றதுக்கு உங்களுக்கு knowledge இருக்கணும், and you are the one who is going to certify that also, not the AI. AI cannot take the responsibility.
Okay, sir. So, இன்னொரு question, sir. So, நம்ம எல்லாருமே எந்திரன் மூவி பார்த்திருப்போம், and also the top MNC companies right now are competing over the growth of AI. எல்லா கம்பெனிஸும் ஜென்ரல் ஏஐ எப்படி கொண்டு வருதுன்னு இது பண்றாங்க. ஸோ ஃபியூச்சர்ல எந்திரன் மூவி மாதிரி ரியல் டைம் சினாரியோ நடக்கிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு இருக்கா?
Definitely. So why not? Right? So today we are working for people. Tomorrow we may work for AI bots. AI bot can be your manager. Okay, so I'm just, I'm not over exaggerating, but the world can move towards that, because no one thought, just imagine the entire world when we went into that COVID period, we never thought we will do a remote working. Just imagine the banking we have done remotely. So when we thought something was not possible over the period of time, but the situation made us to think differently and adapt to that situation. But we made it happen. Okay. So that is how tomorrow these things also can happen. So driverless cars. Have you imagined? Just I saw a video yesterday. I was talking to one of my friends who came from US. So he showed me a video of the driverless cars. நான் கேட்டேன், உங்க பயமா இல்லையா? ஏன்னா அது ஸ்டேரிங் 60ல போகுது, 70ல போகுது, no one was there. But we need to believe the AI and the intelligence and the technology, right? But the world is moving towards that direction. So I think it is unimaginable. If you talk today, we don't know how it is going to impact tomorrow's world, but we need to be prepared for that. Always we think that, yes, whatever it comes, then I will come out of it, right? And I will embrace these changes. That's how we need to look at it. It's an opportunity rather than it's a fear or a hurdle. So any questions? As a technical branch
Sir,
student.
good afternoon, sir. I have a question, sir.
Please.
சார், இப்போ நீங்க ஃபியர் ஆர் ஹர்டில் இல்லை அப்படின்னு சொன்னீங்கல்ல சார். ஸோ நீங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் சொன்ன மாதிரி நீங்க பாஸ் அவுட் ஆன டைம்ல இவ்வளோ காம்படிஷன்ஸ் இல்லை, அண்ட் ஆல்சோ இப்போ இந்த ஷார்ட் பீரியட் ஆஃப் டைம்ல தான் இவ்வளோ ரேபிட் சேஞ்ச் வந்து ஏஐல நடந்திருக்குல்ல சார். ஏஆர் taken over the world in short period, right, sir? ஆனா இந்த டெக்னாலஜி வந்து நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றதுக்கு இட்ஸ் கன்சியூமிங் டே டு டே வாட்டர், சார். ஸோ த கன்சம்ஷன் ஆஃப் வாட்டர் வந்து அதை கூல் டவுன் பண்றதுக்கு அதை யூஸ் பண்றதுன்றது ஒரு மாஸ் அமௌண்ட்ல இருக்கு. பட் நோ ஒன் இஸ் அட்ரஸிங் அபவுட் இட். நம்ம கான்ஸ்டன்டா வந்து ஏஐயோட ப்ரோஸ் பத்தி மட்டுமே பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம். சின்ஸ் யூ மென்ஷன்ட் we don't have any fears and hurdles, but we are not talking about the cons, sir, because I think it's threat to humanity since it's taking or consuming water, sir.
A very good question, man. I really appreciate. I never expected this kind of question from a student. Okay, so I like your awareness. You are on spot. You're on the spot. In the question, this is the fact. Okay, because for every, if we are using the GPUs consuming lot of resources, which produces lot of heat, and it requires lot of cooling power, which we take from the natural resource, that is water, nothing but water. It consumes a lot of water. I agree, right? But so there are two things, right? Now the industry is moving towards how we can effectively use your searches or your tokens, right? For example, in the bank, so we are given 3,000 tokens. Tokens mean for every query, if you ask, that is 4 characters considered as 1 token. What is my name? If you type, it will consume 2 tokens. Like that, every employee, we are giving 3,000 tokens per month. So if you are using anything you use within the 3,000 only you can use. Earlier days, we have given like open. So anybody can give whatever you want. What is my name? What is Java? You can do write my code like this. So give me a project plan like this. You can do whatever you want. Now that is restricted. And there are cost associated to it. And there is a work going. The industry is worried about this the problem, and they are working on it. But if you ask me whether they have found a solution today, it is not. Definitely, it is a problem, but it will be addressed in a different way. Because earlier
Mr.
days we
Gokulan,
used big computers also in the same way.
Mr. Gokulan, yeah, I will add into your point. Now Elon Musk is working how to use this AI technology through the satellite. That is he's working on this one. I have read the article, and maybe if this is succeeded, surely the question by Sandhya will be addressed. So the team started working on this. Yes. So how to use the AI without using this data centers.
Yeah, and moreover, the number of tokens, right? So what is the usage is very important because there are a lot of startup companies, right? So they do use the open chat GPT as an API calls, right? So they will use it in a simple way. அவங்களுக்குலாம் வந்து number of tokens usage is very less. So they need not to buy maximum number of tokens so that they can use the resources in a optimal way. Because I have seen some of the in the NASCOM event, one of the startup for those, and they were showing that how optimally you can use your GPUs. GPU is nothing but your AI CPUs, equivalent of CPUs in your computer, right? They have created one model that will optimize your usage. So every problem, people are thinking how to provide a solution that is become their marketing as well as that become their business. But very good question. Thanks for asking that. So any other
Thank you,
questions?
sir.
As a technical branch student, what is a technical branch? How to outshine among many students? Because there are many students in the same technical branch. What do you mean by technical branch, Yusuf? Yusuf Javed?
I think it's maybe Mr. Gokul, maybe he's talking about the core engineering. Yeah, core engineering. That's what he's looking for, I think. Yes.
Okay. So this competition is going to grow further. It's not going to come down, right? So that's why I've given a real-time case study of one of my friend's daughter who joined in a US company, right? She never tried through her college. She tried on her own, right? Because people are thinking in one way, but she took this in a different perspective, right? So she never focused on Indian companies. Rather, she focused only on US companies because they are offering jobs, remote jobs. So you can work from India for America, right? As a freelance programmer or as a programmer, you can contribute, right? So how she got it? It is her own way of learning, own way of doing things. So you need to, as long as you are capable of facing this situation, so you need not worry about others, right? So because always, if you compare, I'm from this college, someone else from the other college. So people need not to think which college you're coming out. So what kind of knowledge base you are having, what kind of skills you are carrying, what kind of competitiveness you are going to bring. That is what important. நீங்க மற்றவங்களை பத்தி ஒரே பண்றதை விட்டுட்டு உங்க மேல நீங்க ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணுங்க. அதுதான் நான் சொன்னேன். நான் டோன்ட் டேக் பியர் ப்ரெஷர். நம்மள மாதிரி இன்னொருத்தவங்க இருக்கணும்னு தேவையில்லை. நம்ம அவங்கள மாதிரியும் இருக்கணும்னு தேவையில்லை. நம்மள மாதிரி இருப்போம். பட் அதுக்கு என்ன தேவையோ இந்த சிச்சுவேஷனோ இந்த ஃபியூச்சர் ஃபேஸ் பண்றதுக்கு that is what important. That is what you need to analyze for yourself and build your own identity, create a career path yourself. So then you need not worry about others. obviously you need to be, if you are capable of doing it, நீங்க நல்லா பண்ணும்போது அடுத்தவங்களை பத்தி கவலைப்பட தேவை. What is the one skill every engineering student should develop? I will give that list, right? So the very simple, right? So how your foundation is very important. You should be very clear, maths and physics. So even I think maths is very important. Probability and statistics and data structure is the one. If you want to develop your own models, that is basic things required, and physics and other things for your industrial engineers, right? And you be strong in your core. Then you can, develop your further skills. So I can give some of the peripheral skills to Bala sir. Maybe he can circulate.
Sir, if you don't mind, I got one more question.
Yeah, please.
சார் நீங்க ஸ்டார்டிங் ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது ரெஸ்யூமேவை பத்தி தான், ப்ரோக்ராம் ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது ரெஸ்யூமே பில்டிங்கை பத்தி சொன்னீங்க. கான்ஸ்டன்டா எப்படி அப்பதான் நீங்க என்ன புதுசா கத்துருக்கீங்கன்னு தெரியும், அப்டேட் பண்ணும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னீங்க. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்கில் பேஸ்ட் லேர்னிங் பத்தி பேசுனீங்க. அப்புறமா அகாடமி இண்டஸ்ட்ரி டிஸ்கனெக்ட் பத்தி பேசுனீங்க சார். ஸோ ஆஸ் வி ஆல் நோ, ஏஐ இஸ் கான்ஸ்டன்ட்லி இவால்விங். அது மாதிரி கான்ஸ்டன்டா வி ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ஆர் எக்ஸ்பெக்டட் டு அப்ஸ்கில் அப்படிங்கும் போது, பட் the colleges in Tamil Nadu and all over the India still following the outdated syllabus. So அப்படிங்கும் போது we are expected to maintain our CGPAs and also the skills at the same time. So obviously burnout ஆகுறதுங்கிறது ஒரு normal consequence தான். So what's your take on this, sir?
So see, I am sorry, I slightly disagree your point, right? So yes, CGPA is important, right? So, but I'm not asking you to study something which is not relevant for your engineering, right? So when you are studying something, how you can leverage some of these skills which will help you in your studies as well as your skill-based learning. I think it has to be, it is like a co-brothers, all right? So it needs to collide. Sorry, I think it is a parallel thread. Samiha, right? So we can't, if you want to be competitive, right, your CGPA alone will not help. Yes, CGPA will be helpful for different purpose. I'm not saying you shouldn't study. That is the wrong thing. Otherwise, that is very important. You need to focus on your studies. That is important. But at the same time, you need to have an eye on the skill-based learning. This is what I said, right? The same, okay, sorry to pick up the same girl. So, because I know her very well. That's why I'm picking up. She was very good in studies as well. But on her own interest, she learned all these things. That's why I'm saying it is the matter of interest and the passion, how we build, right? If I want to build a small model, which I will call that like it is created by me during my studies period itself, then you are going to add this in your resume. That is a big differentiator for you. When you are applying for a job as a fresher, when we look at the resumes, your resume will be outstanding because you are going to say that I have done the three, 4 projects on my own. So I know all these concepts very well. Though this is not implemented in production or it is used by anyone, but I know how to use these models, how to demonstrate, and I have the working knowledge. Then you will stand out, right? That is how we need to look at the chronic burnout. What I meant is not for the studies or for this learning. It is for the distractions. If you avoid that, then you can save your energy. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Sir, I understand, sir. So if I want to stand out, நான் என்ன மேல ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணா இது பண்ணிக்கலாம்னு. பட் ஆஸ் ஓவரால் எஜுகேஷன் நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னா, காலேஜ் வந்து ஹேண்ட்ஸ் ஆன் திங்ஸ்ல ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணாம சார், rather than தியரி. ஸோ என்ன இம்பார்ட்டன்ட்டோ
அதுதான் நான் லாஸ்ட் லைன்ல சஜஸ்ட் பண்ணிருக்கேன். That we will speak to principal and professors.
Mr. Gokulan.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Gokul, Samiha, that is the basic fundamental idea of SAEf has been initiated to prolong this work. உங்களோட இது இருக்கு பாத்தீங்களா, அதாவது காலேஜ் வந்து புக்ல உள்ள சிலபஸை வந்து கவர் பண்ணுவாங்க. எங்களை மாதிரி எக்ஸ்பர்ட்ஸ் இருக்காங்க பாத்தீங்களா, அவங்க வந்து they will give you the ideas. The end of the day you have to take both. படிக்கவும் செய்யணும், இண்டஸ்ட்ரி எக்ஸ்போசர் நீங்க தான் படிச்சுக்கணும். புரியுதா? நீங்க தான் நாங்க we will give the path. நீங்க ஃபைன் பண்ணி நீங்க தான் படிக்கணும். இப்ப ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ரீசெண்டா ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் இன்டராக்ட் பண்ண, அவன் திருச்சியில படிக்கிறான். அவன் வந்து தேர்ட் இயர் படிக்கும் போது he is having his own startup. நீங்க அதை பத்தி ஏன் திங்க் பண்ணல? புரியுதா? அவங்களும் they are following the same syllabus, same curriculum, same books. கரெக்டா? So it's individual interest, but we are ready to help, we are ready to give you the support. Okay, Samira?
I really appreciate it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
This is because a lot of students now they are part of their incubation. IIT la there is something called incubation center. I don't know how many of you know. இதெல்லாம் தான் நீங்க தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். ஓகே, ஸோ அந்த உங்களோட ஸ்டார்ட் அப் ஐடியாஸ் வந்து இட்ஸ் நாட் லைக் தெர் இஸ் அ ப்ரோக்ராம் கால் ஷார்க் டேங்க், ரைட்? ஐ டோன்ட் நோ ஹவு மெனி ஆஃப் யூ சி. அதெல்லாம் வந்து யூ கேன் கோ அண்ட் பிரசன்ட் யுவர் ஐடியாஸ். இட்ஸ் பிசினஸ் ஐடியாஸ். And there are a lot of
sir, in our college we also have an incubation center. It's currently working, sir. We have almost 6 to 7 startups here.
Very good. That's it, right? So then how you can do? So you need to manage both, right? Studies as well as doing the startup work. So I think the today's world, these two parallel things are happening, and it is being followed by many of the students. So the main thing is you need to do this as a pleasure, not as pressure. So because if you look at this is my passion, I am doing it. That is how we need to look at, right? Rather than taking this as a pressure or burnout or sucking our energy. I think we should come out of it. So because you are building your own identity, you are building your own future, you are building your own career for your tomorrow. That is how you need to think. So you are the CEO for your own career, own life, and for your future. So no one can be able to come and construct for you. Everyone can come and suggest or give suggestions or ideas, but at the end of the day, the execution is matter and the outcome is important. That is within yourself as an individual. Okay. Any other questions? So even if you have any clarifications or doubts, you can, what is it, sir? As you have moved your degree, then you moved to job. What is the biggest phase that you have faced? Your journey, which caused you to change your path banking? I think I have answered this question. We can learn it's good from your future. So AI challenges in all engineering space. It's not only mechanical engineering, right? So that's why I said that I have given that you need to be very smarter in creating any mechanical designs using AI. You just go on. I think you have a lot of training materials and study materials related to AI, how it is used in the mechanical engineering, production engineering. I said one example that the digital pins, right? It's not only for civil engineering. It is not only for mechanical engineering. It is not only for computer science engineering. So it is the integral part of engineering. This is why I'm saying that going forward, you need to look at the big picture like a horizontal layer rather than just looking at I am going to do only mechanical engineering. So you need to see that how the digital era is going to change the way of working, way of learning. So you can't go and search for a job just having your degree. So you need to have the edge of using the latest technologies and your own way of creating that identity, and that should very clearly come out in your resumes. Okay.
Satish sir.
Sir?
Yeah.
I think we can we can share the students feedback form. Maybe Google வந்து ரெஸ்பாண்ட் பண்ணுவாரு. ஸோ யா மிஸ்டர் நீங்க இது பண்ணிடலாம், அவுட் ஆஃப் 10 கொடுத்துடலாம்.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So any further questions, feedback, or any clarifications, or any help you need, I think Bala sir, you just tell me that how you can collect and tell me, or I am ready to help. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, sir. I will follow it.
Thank you. On behalf of Mohammed Sadak sir, we heartfully thank our alumni for spending their valuable time. Because Saturday, Sunday, எல்லாரும் ஒரு ரெஸ்ட் எடுத்துட்டு இருப்போம். So on behalf of our Mohammed Sadak sir, principal management, I wholeheartedly thank Mr. Firdaus sir for arranging this wonderful web series. Definitely, it will continue for every Saturday, and students will also benefit and get some ideas and experience from our alumni. Gokul sir, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for interacting with our students, and the students is also very much interested, sir. In future, they will contact through your mail ID, sir. We need your support for their student group, sir. Thank you, sir. And our students will give you whatever thanks, and they will end the session, sir. I will hand over the session to
Satish sir.
Yes, sir.
Satish sir, are we sharing the certificate like a copy here so that we can the people
இல்ல சார், கொஞ்சம் அதுல கொஞ்சம் எஸ் சார் மாடிஃபிகேஷன் இருக்கு சார், சேஞ்ச் பண்ணிட்டு சாருக்கு
நோ ப்ராப்ளம். ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ.
எஸ் சார்.
Shikara?
Sir?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, starts.
Thank you, sir, for patiently answering all the questions. Finally, I invite Ms. P. C.D. Rifasana, third year of Computer Science and Business Systems, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks for today's Knowledge Connect session. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the management of Muhammad Sadak Engineering College for their vision, continuous support, commitment to providing quality education and valuable learning opportunities to the initiatives like Sathakian Aluminum Expect Forum. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our expected principal, Dr. V. Nirmal Kannan sir, our expected vice principal, Dr. R. Sendil Kumar sir, and our esteemed Dean Academics, Dr. E. Dravida Chelvi ma'am, for their constant encouragement and support in making such enriching programs possible for benefits of students. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. GOKULAN S, Senior Vice President, Standard Chartered Bank, Chennai, for taking time from your busy schedule to share your valuable knowledge and experience with us. Your thoughts on business innovatives, industrial techniques, career development, and building an identity for the future have truly inspired us. Your guidance will certainly help us in our academic journey as well as our future careers. I would like to express my sincere thanks to Dr. Mohammed Firdaus Zakaria sir, the organizer of this program, for his excellent planning, coordination, and dedicating efforts in making today's session a great success. I would like to thank the Sathakian Aluminium Expect Forum and Muhammad Sadak Engineering College Alumni Association for organizing this wonderful knowledge connect session and creating a platform for students to interact with successful alumni. My sincere thanks also goes to all HODs, faculty members, organizing committee, technical team, comparing team, and student coordinators for their dedicated efforts in making this program a grand success. Finally, extend my heartfelt thanks to all participants for your presence and active participation, for your involvement made this session meaningful and memorable. Once again, thank you all. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Sana. With this, we come to the end of today's Knowledge Connect Series 1. Thank you all for your active participation. We look forward to meeting you all again next week with another exciting and enriching Knowledge Connect session. Have a wonderful day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks to Principal Sir and Firdaus and everyone. Thanks, students. Hope the session was useful.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Yeah, thank you all. We'll meet next week, inshallah, with a new topic. And I will see. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Definitely.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.